All right, how's it going, my magnificent sons of bitches? And while I'm recording this, a lot of you are probably watching a dry ass Seth Rollins deliver some corny message, kissing Cody Rhodes' ass or something on Monday Night Raw. I plan on doing my WWE reviews on Tuesdays, so I'll go over some of the clips or whatnot, and then really kind of go through the ratings and see how boring and stale this product really is. That seems to be the plan that I'm going with. But right now, we had a big game that I actually missed because I didn't give a shit, which was the Super Bowl. Of course, I had to work on Monday, and to be honest with you, the Super Bowl was stale. Now, it's funny because it seems like the only thing that they accomplished was getting Taylor Swift as much hate as they could get fucking Taylor Swift, because I went and looked up the like to dislike ratio on on fucking Kiwi, on the Kiwi browser, and fucking Taylor Swift is getting ratioed than the fucking dipshit that we elected in office. She it had like 9,000 likes to 25,000 dislikes. It was fucking stupid. So it seems like a fucking yeah, it seems like if she had 279 million followers on Instagram, and then another 56 million followers on YouTube, and another 94 million on Twitter, and 86 million on Facebook, that why the fuck is she getting ratioed like that? I mean, they absolutely destroyed the NFL for putting up. How's it going, Great One? I got Stephen Rose and the Great One in the house. Just going over some of the stuff from the lame ass football season. So, as I called it at the beginning, what did I say? I said that the 49ers would be I said the 49ers would be up. This is how predictable it's become. I said that yeah, they would have to have the San Francisco 49ers be up because everybody hates the Kansas City Chiefs because of all the Pfizer bullshit that they put into the game, that they injected with the Travis Kelce and the fucking Taylor Swift, and it was the Plandemic Bowl 2.0. And so I knew that, everybody just didn't want to see the Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl. They got more hate. And I don't even like the San Francisco 49ers. I can't stand them, but I was kind of rooting for them to win the Super Bowl. I kind of like Brock Purdy, okay. But outside of that, there's two Big 12 quarterbacks going at it for a change. So, at least I could say that much for the script. You had a Texas Tech quarterback and you had an Iowa State quarterback. But looking at some of the logos and stuff, I think we got a couple of years before we're in the Super Bowl. But I think we'll end up making it once we get Shadir Sanders. Because if I'm going to sit there and talk about football, I'm going to do it pragmatically. I'm not going to come out here like these goofy little bastards on Chat Sports and say, Dak Prescott threw for the most yards, and he didn't have a single pick, from an analytical fucking boring ass speak and spell standpoint that they talk about here on YouTube about football. I'm just going to sit there and call it what it is. It's scripted. So, if I'm scripting these damn games, you got a pretty good team down there in Green Bay. They look pretty legitimate. They kind of got a little bit of momentum. You could have ran with them. It would have probably been a little bit better. And then you had, I think that everybody, the trendy pick would have been, and they're going to end up falling on the same way that the NBA did. They're going to do exactly the same way. They're going to have LeBron James, and they're trying to make Pat Mahomes LeBron James. It didn't work that well for the NBA. Look at where their ratings have just fell into the shitter. But you're going to you want to run that storyline with Pat Mahomes being LeBron James. Good luck, NFL. Good luck with that. I mean, you've already killed most of your fan base with the freaking Taylor Swift storyline. How the fuck are you going to get the biggest fucking cat moms out there to come in, and you expect people not to fucking, you expect motherfuckers to sit there and really, oh man, look at this. This is a great love story. NFL love story. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. And they're showing their visor shots. It's fucking lame. It's garbage. everything that you've put into the NFL ever since. And I was going over it probably since 2006. My buddy Sanchez Clark says he thinks it's been scripted since at least 2006. 2007, I'm pretty sure that whenever New England lost to the New York Giants, that stage was kind of set. But now it's just like dilapidated into some awful, the worst scripting I've ever seen. So now the Kansas City Chiefs are trying to play some sort of heel, but they're very lame. I mean, you look how feminine fucking Pat Mahomes is. Travis Kelce is just like watching fucking Seth Rollins. Is what it is. It's just like watching rig trash. It's just like watching Seth Rollins come out there, bro. This could be our last chance, and I'm tired because The Rock and all these guys had everything handed to them, even though fucking The Rock has probably worked harder and gotten more attention into that business. And listening to some whiny millennials sit there and talk about, it's not like you don't hear fucking whiny millennials sit there and talk about how everybody takes stuff from them and they don't have anything and they refuse to work for the shit. This is exactly what Seth Rollins sounds like whenever I'm listening to him. And that just seems to be the general consensus around these people who are, participating in this scripted bullshit. It just seems like trash to me. Very little effort and no respect for the product that they're going for. So if you're not going to have any respect for the product, if you're not going to put any in the passion, then why shouldn't I be out here bashing the fuck out of you? And that's exactly what I plan on doing with this channel, with my YouTube channel. Just bashing the hell out of all that is these make-believe pretendo sports. It's all scripted for these weirded out game nerds who have like no fucking charisma whatsoever, dude. You're just talking to them, man, because I've had to work with them. You know what I'm saying? And they're all like, you don't think that women should have the right to vote and all this stuff. They're like, oh, what the fuck, dude? What the hell are you talking about? The black people exist. There are homosexuals out there. Like, I'm not Generation X. Like, we didn't have to go to school. Like, they make it seem like we went to school, like, and we were all segregated, right? Like, fucking black people over here, Hispanic people. No, we all went to the same fucking school just like you did. So don't think that you're breaking any fucking barriers whatsoever. A lot of these people are Nepo babies and don't have any real life experience. They're just sheltered. And you can see that in their performance, whether it's in the WWE or in the NFL. And that's the God's honest truth. They get so offended. And like, I've had like some of these guys threaten me saying, oh, well, if you don't like what I'm doing, well, then don't watch. I don't watch it. But nobody else does neither. Then you complain that nobody's watching us. Just like Stephen Rose said, whenever he went to go watch wrestling, them wrestlers got pissed off because, you know what? They said, if you don't like it, don't watch it. So he stopped watching it. And he goes, well, you should support us. You just told him not to watch the shit. All right. You said, if you don't like it, then don't watch it. And then you're like, well, you should be supporting us. Well, no, you can't have it both ways. Just like these fucking Disney movies that come out, It's the same thing. Why do they sit there and say it? Like, you'll have fucking Brie Larson out there. Well, this movie isn't made for men. Well, then nobody's going to see the shit because women are not going to watch Marvel movies. I don't know one chick that watched the Barbie movie, but y'all claim that it made $1 billion. I see that shit all over the Walmart shelf. So, everything is so superficial. Everything is so fake. These people really think that they're that much smarter than you. Dropping in this Taylor fucking Swift, Travis Kelce love story in the middle of a fucking football season, and then everybody reacting to it, and then they're like, why are you so upset? Yeah, you're also white. Yeah, but it is. And Mel, it's everything is going to be my fault, Cabal. You know what I'm saying? Everything's going to be my fault. It's always my fault. I'm a man of a lot of responsibilities because if anything's wrong, I'm responsible for the shit. I love the Dunkin' Donuts commercial. Yeah, but Scott, you love everything that's Dunkin'. That's just, I'm still gonna watch Deadpool 3. That was the only thing I really cared about the Super Bowl was the Deadpool commercial. But still, they kind of like it felt a little short. I don't watch a lot of this lame ass stuff that they have on Disney Plus. And to be honest with you, if they put out a better product in the MCU as of late, then I might have Disney Plus. but I'm not going to invest in Disney Plus if I'm going to get the MCU or some lame ass social justice warrior shit, the DEI bullshit that they try to push and whatnot. It's just no interest for me into that stuff. But I watched the Deadpool commercial, didn't understand a lot of it. I guess it was supposed to be like, oh wow, look, I didn't know these people would be in here. But I don't know who the fuck they are because I don't watch a lot of the shit. So kind of fell a little short to me. I did like some of the scenes coming through there. It's going to be interesting to see what they do, but I don't have any high hopes for Disney. They're going to have to make this one. They're going to have to knock this one out of the park. They're going to have to. So I know that they failed the Super Bowl. Disney failed in the Super Bowl. This is like the worst Super Bowl. I would have just soon had Detroit win the Super Bowl this year. It'd been me booking. I probably would have booked Detroit to win it. I would have, that would have been me. Yeah, they need something. They need this to really, really work. So they need to bend over backwards. And whatever Ryan Reynolds tells their ass to do, that's what they need to do because their shit sucked here recently. And so, I'll just wait until the next Deadpool trailer drops and see if it really brings me in a little bit more. I'm going to go watch it regardless because I've got every Deadpool movie there is. So I'm going to watch the Deadpool movie. That's just going to happen. Just like the Godzilla X Kong movie, I'm going to watch that movie. But, it is what it is. They need a lot of work. And the NFL needs a lot of work. So, scripting it next year. I'll go ahead and go into some scripting next year. Of course, I don't expect my Dallas Cowboys to do well at all. I expect my Cowboys to probably end up finishing 4-13 or something like that. Is it 17 games? Yeah, 4-13. That's what I'm kind of expecting next year. As far as scripting goes, we need to kind of move away from Dak. And as long as Dak has he has these 13-win seasons, they use that as an excuse to keep Dak. But Dak is not that quarterback that's going to take you any further than a playoff game. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? He might get a playoff win, depending on who he plays. But he's not that guy that's going to take you to a Super Bowl. He's just not that guy. So next year, I think we go 4-13. I hope we end up drafting a running back, and I know which running back that I want, even though the Dallas Cowboys never listen to any of the fucking picks I say that we need to get. But I want to get Jonathan Brooks. I want to get that center out of Kentucky, unless Brian Thomas Jr. is out there, from LSU, that big wide receiver, 6'4", has the speed, can catch, good, pretty decent catch radius. I would go ahead and get him, use him as my Julio Jones next to my CeeDee Lamb as my Roddy White. Maybe try to go ahead and see if I can't get something out of Dak, trade him off, and then get that center out of Kentucky. I forget what his name is. Every time just blows my mind. But I know I want Jonathan Brooks as my running back. But next year, I think that we fall to a 4-13 record. And I think that, Detroit should be pretty solid. I think that they'll be in good hands. But unfortunately, I have the Packers ending up winning that division. Makes sense. They made strides at the end of the year. They got hot. So I think that they'll come in pretty hot next year. They'll have a midseason slump, just like they all do. And then, they'll do enough to go ahead and hold on and win into that division and to be the number 1 seed. Of course, Detroit is going to take the position of Minnesota being a strong number 2. I think that they'll be up there. I think that San Francisco will probably be back up there. They're going to want them to stay in contention. They want them to always be a threat. They're kind of like the Cody Rhodes. Get to a couple of Super Bowls and lose them. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a jobber team. Your team main star needs to start a romance with Lil Nas X. That's key to winning a ring. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Fucking have one of these fucking, Lil Nas X or somebody. Yeah, it's just, I'd just rather not. You know what? Fuck it. Let football go broke. So I have the Philadelphia Eagles winning our division next year. It's going to be Jalen Hurts' year. maybe he makes it to the Super Bowl. Um, Cliff Owens probably is watching, but then so we have Philadelphia going for the NFC East. I think that the New York Giants will be a little bit better. See the North, I have the Packers, the 49ers. Probably the number two will be the LA Rams. There'll be a wild card spot. New York Giants will probably be a wild card spot. In the South. Okay. Let me see. The South. I'll probably go with Tampa Bay again. Why not? Tampa Bay, I think that they're set with Baker. They just need to get maybe some more pieces, maybe in the running game. But they're going to be in a pretty good position. Baker gets a good running game going on behind him. He'll be all right. And I think that the running back class is deep enough to where he could get him a decent running back. So I got Tampa Bay in the South and probably Atlanta being another wild card. On the AFC side, they're going to keep the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to keep them under the radar. They're going to keep them. That way, people will sit there and build up. Oh man, the Chiefs always do this. They look like shit because they're trying to make them like the New England Patriots. So they'll be in the mix regardless. I think Denver improves, but I don't think that they'll be a playoff team just yet. I think that Indianapolis will improve. I think that they'll be better. They'll be competing with the Houston Texans for that division next year. It's going to be pretty close. People are going to start to forget about Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence, So I think that Houston and Indianapolis, just like this year, they'll be battling it out. Only next year it'll be battling out for who wins the division. They're going to be up there. I think that the AFC West, I already have Kansas City coming out. The AFC East, I think it's going to be the New York Jets. The New York Jets are going to be the team to beat. I think Aaron Rodgers comes out, has a pretty solid year for his last year. I think he'll make a run, but I don't think he'll make the Super Bowl. And of course, the NFC North will be Lamar Jackson because they like setting Lamar Jackson up to fail. That way, they could sit there and say, they could do their little Black Lives Matters fucking anthem bullshit that they do, which is fucking stupid as all shit. And it's just like they're trying to kill their product, basically. But they'll keep Baltimore in there so they can go ahead and have Lamar Jackson lose and Stephen A. Smith can cry about it. And then more than likely you'll have Miami, probably Cincinnati will be up there. Cincinnati will definitely be at least a wild card team. They'll be one of those teams that'll be dangerous. And another wild card team. Man, I almost want to go with Denver. Yeah. Houston. Or no. I'll go with Indianapolis. So I have Houston winning the division, and I have Indianapolis getting into the playoffs as a wild card next year with Anthony Richardson. And so, that's what I have going on. And of course, I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Baltimore Ravens making the Super Bowl and losing to the Green Bay Packers. That's what I have already. So you heard it here first. You heard next year's script here first, right here on this channel. They'll have Jordan. It'll be the year of it'll be the BLM Bowl. It'll be Jordan Love against beating Lamar Jackson, and this will be Lamar Jackson's season to pull a Cody Rhodes again, where he's like, oh, well, I'm finally at the Super Bowl. This is my time, and then Roman Reigns is going to flatten his ass. So that's the fantasy booking for football next year. Give me Green Bay and Baltimore in the Super Bowl, and then Baltimore end up coming up short yet again. This is going to be his Cam Newton year. You're going to hear ESPN, what little people do. Nobody's watching the shit on Facebook or YouTube, that's for sure, because they get 3,600 views and whatnot. But you're going to hear ESPN sit there and say, well, everybody's rooting against Lamar Jackson because he's a black quarterback, even though fucking Jordan Love's a black quarterback. They don't ever root for fucking Dak Prescott, who's supposed to be a black quarterback. Isn't he supposed to be black? I thought Dak Prescott was supposed to be Dakota, oh, he's only half black. Well, it doesn't matter. How come whenever it comes down to rooting for fucking Dak, you motherfuckers are just like fucking that damn monkey? Just all fucking, just don't even pretend like the motherfucker exists. No, but we got to root for Jalen Hurts. We got to root for fucking Lamar Jack. Good luck with that bullshit. People are tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Why don't y'all root for fucking CJ Stroud? No, you're not going to do that? Didn't think so. They've been doing that. They've been actually rooting for CJ Stroud. He's a good kid. So, I'm actually starting to like the Houston Texans as my AFC team a little bit more than I had back in the past whenever Houston Oilers ended up leaving and moving to Tennessee. So I'm ending up liking them a little bit more. I like what the organization's doing, the direction that their organization's going. So eventually you're going to have to put fucking them into a Super Bowl right now while the team is high. If the NFL's smart, but we know Roger Goodell, we know that the people that write this shit here on the fucking interwebs, the ones that break out their little fucking virgin ass diaries and shit and scribble down some, let's go ahead and have somebody fucking Billie Eilish next year. Is going to be somebody dating Billie Eilish, and it's going to be all about that shit, or whichever one, whatever pop singer there is out there that people are talking about. I don't know. I don't listen to any of them. I don't know one person that listens to Taylor Swift, but apparently she's the most famous. Getting ratioed like a motherfucker on the internet. Seems like, if most of the fucking country liked her, she wouldn't get so. How come she's getting so much hate? I thought she had all this love, though. I thought everybody loved Taylor Swift. But, it is what it is. But anyways, I figured I would go ahead, do a fucking video on the Placebo Bowl. I'm going to start doing my wrestling videos on Tuesday so I can compare the ratings and show you how fucking Cody Rhodes, how Seth Rollins are not a draw, and how it is really, really fucking important that the WWE goes ahead. We run with our fucking corporate bloodline storyline. How does that sound? And then fucking Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes can have a nice tall glass of shut the fuck up and go out there and do your shit. They really need a character. All they got is cheap gimmicks, like fucking you have Seth Rollins coming in there in his wife's fucking fur coats and shit, and then you have Cody Rhodes in there in his 3-piece suit. That's kind of like what the fuck he does. Just watch, there is going to be a virus named after Taylor Swift. Yeah. They're going to run something. They probably plan on rigging this fucking election again. That seems to be the only thing that they can do is rig shit. And that's the only thing that they could do. If we don't have you out here on the internets and controlling all this shit, then you can't rig the shit anymore. If we put other people in charge, maybe somebody else will take your job a little bit more seriously. So maybe we need to start thinking about replacing all these motherfuckers from the top all the way down. So anyways, you people tell me what you think. Are you excited for next year's football season? I may go ahead and, like I said, do a little bit more in depth of each team, for Mondays only. Go through each team, maybe each division on a video, and then break it down and see how they're going to turn out. I'll probably start doing that stuff because what the fuck else am I going to do on YouTube, to be honest with you? So, anyways, you people tell me what you think. You like, sub, do the shit the internet tells me to do to get over. And for now, I'm out.